Ventured out onto some ice last weekend and broke through. Nicole Jeff talked to CTV Cindy Mills about her experience.
Nicole Neff is a survivor. Her truck went through the ice on Lake Nipissing.
It was a crack, maybe, similar to a firecracker almost. That's how it sounded. And then, without notice, the truck started to sink, front end first.
Neff and a friend were driving on the lake across from the city's sewage treatment plant. The plant pumps warmer water into the lake, weakening the ice.
The residents around the huts we were at said, everybody knows that there's a soft spot there. Well, I've been here for 3 years and I didn't know there was a soft spot. Neither did the passenger with me, who's a lifelong resident.
The OPP polices the lake and has issued numerous warnings about poor ice conditions around the water treatment plant and in other areas. City Hall has considered putting signs on the lake to warn people about the ice conditions, but CAO Dave Linke says it's not as easy to do that as it may sound.
We don't have jurisdiction over the lake. The lion's share of the lake doesn't fall within our corporate boundaries, and it's like everything else. Where do you draw the line? I think people are expected to exhibit some prudent judgment.
Maybe talking to the MNR and the OPP and see if we can all work together to make it a safer place, whether that means marking it off or I'm not sure, putting up signage. Something has to be done.
Mm-hmm. Neff has not gone back out onto the ice since the accident. She says she will someday. She's just not sure when. Cindy Mills, CTV News, North Bay.
There's new information on the ticket controversy in Sudbury. CTV News.
Tens of thousands of dollars.
Where by now 2 women escaped injury when the truck they were in went through the ice on Lake Nipissing near the sewage treatment plant. This happened on Saturday afternoon in just a few seconds. To get the same truck out of the water, well, it took a local towing company 4 days of work. After the setup, the crew took about 3 more hours getting the truck out of the icy water. The recovery is really a work in progress, as many changes have to be made to make things all secure before the vehicle can be hauled up. It's been a busy winter for the Bartlett team.
During the daytime, no, we haven't gone 24 hours. We're kind of at the end of a month-and-a-half stint where we've been doing nothing but lake recoveries. So we've been working a little bit slower at this one. It's a little closer to town, and we didn't have enough ice in the beginning, so we waited for it to freeze up a little bit and use that as prep time for it.
I understand you to move the vehicle before you could even pull it out.
Yeah, that's correct. Where it went through, we couldn't make ice again. There's only about 1 inch of ice when she went through, and there's probably only about 3 inches now, so that's not enough to lift on. We need at least 10 inches of ice, which is what we've got in this area, 10 to 12 inches, and that's pretty much enough to hopefully lift this thing.
What are the key things about getting this truck out, because it's a bigger vehicle?
Well, you got to lift slowly, let the water drain out, and make sure all your safeties are in place, and everything you do it overkill.
And how much does it cost to do all this for your business, to do all this?
Everybody wants to know that one. Cost plus 10%, whatever it costs me.
And what's it cost you?
I never know until the job's it's gone everywhere from a couple $1,000s to tens of thousands of dollars. It all depends on what kind of environment you're working in and how bad the ice is, how long it takes you to prep the area. We've had jobs last 2 weeks where we couldn't make enough ice for certain days, where we had to take 12 days to build ice.
Recoveries. How many recoveries have you made so far this year, and has it been unusually high, or has it just been typical?
No, it's unusually high this year. This is our 4th in a row. Like I say, we've been on the ice since December 31st, with the exception of maybe a couple days in between, but it's pretty much been while we were pulling one out, another one was going in.
Well, for the past 18
A North Bay woman who survived when her truck plunged into Lake Nipissing last weekend. Today, there was a rescue of sorts on the lake as the woman's truck was brought to the surface. CTV's Cindy Mills was there for the raising.
This is how towing company owner Larry Bartlett spends much of the winter months, dragging vehicles out of the lake. And this has been a busy season.
We've been on the ice since December 31st, pretty much every day, with the exception of maybe 2 or 3 days at a time, where we've been out doing recoveries or prepping for the recoveries.
A woman was driving this truck when it broke through where the ice was traditionally weak, near a pipe from the sewage treatment plant. The truck went into the water Saturday afternoon, but because of the precise and careful planning that's required to bring it up safely, it's taken a few days to get to this point. The truck fell through the ice some 40 feet from this spot. It had to be dragged underwater to where it could be retrieved safely. Fresh, strong ice is required for safe recoveries.
We use gas-powered water pumps with 2-inch hoses, and sometimes you can do a layer every half an hour, sometimes you got to wait a couple hours, some days you just can't spray at all.
It's painstaking work, but finally the truck is loaded onto a barge and dragged out of the hole.
We've got to be happy with the results. Obviously the truck walked on water and it came out smoothly, so everything went really well.
This job finished, it's time for the crew to get some well-deserved rest. That is, until the next call.
See the characters from Shrek? Think they're handing out candy? So this is actually a non-profit center.
About that?
That's okay.
But I love the hat on the one kid. That's very stylish, I think.
It's clever. Oh, we've got a little poodle dressed in another state.
Sorry, folks, that was the 547 Canuck Squadron, the Royal Canadian Air Cadets. Pardon us for our mistake there.
All right, so Habitat for Humanity, North Bay and Blue Sky region. I hear lots of jingle bells.
That's right. Okay,
right.
So this is Built Networks. Or Built Networks might be better pronounced. Okay. There's a truck for their disabled members, and so I'm afraid I really don't know too much about them, so I really can't comment on their work, but